Taxes has always been quicksand for the Democrats. You want to have this fight right now?
Absolutely. It's the fight the Democrats want and need, and it's one the president's clearly spoiling for.
Battle lines are being drawn. Anybody making over $250,000 is going to pay more.
You got it. It's time to be patriotic.
The country can withstand that. The economy can withstand that, and I think it's good policy.
Speaker Nancy Pelosi says, no, just like President Obama, let's raise it.
The Democrats are getting paddled in the polls. All right, that's the latest Rasmussen poll that shows how important taxes are, now up to 68%.
We've heard from Ben Nelson, from Evan Bayh, and somewhat surprisingly from Ken Conrad, who's always been a deficit hawk. All three of them have said, look, we can't afford to raise taxes.
Democrats second-guessing other Democrats? Have you ever heard of that happen?
So in this time of near double-digit unemployment and sluggish economic growth, is it really time to raise taxes?
That is going to affect 50% of small business income and 25% of our workforce. That's going to be their plan in September, to raise taxes in the middle of a recession.
His tax increases will be a huge job killer.
These massive tax hikes would be an anti-stimulus, putting our economy at greater risk. Washington doesn't have a revenue problem, Senator Hatch writes. It's got a spending problem.
It would leave more money in the hands of small business owners so that they can hire more workers.
The gross domestic product grew at a paltry 2.4% last quarter.
Democrats are about to step onto a political minefield.
This is kind of nice. President Obama is going on a 10-day vacation to Martha's Vineyard in August. Obama was like, this is my longest vacation ever. And voters were like, wait till you see the one we're planning for you.
Let's shift to another topic, energy. The Democrats unveiled this week a very stripped-down measure. It's obvious now that a big comprehensive energy bill isn't going to get done this year.
Republicans have been articulating ideas.
Republicans have good ideas.
We've got our own proposals on nuclear power, electric cars, energy research and development.
We are offering a more responsible and dramatically less costly piece of legislation.
We can do away with having to be dependent upon countries like Venezuela and the Middle East.
Just the beginning of this battle.
Oh, yeah.
If we're all concerned about the limited time in which we have available to address the small business issue and job creation that is the foremost issue in the United States of America, I would have suggested, and I did, and I asked, and I pleaded, that we should have addressed this issue at the outset, in January, the outset of the legislative session, not in July, at the end of July, when we're about to recess for August. We only have a week left. Well, why do we have a week left? Why don't we take as long as it requires to do what's right, to try to get the best policy to create jobs in America, instead of facing this figurative legislative brick wall that's artificially contrived? It's all political theater.